was on. Oh boy. Oh boy. Welcome. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. Was on, folks. Let's go live. Oh, let's go to the booth because we've not got that set up yet. How's it going? Got my boy on this side. We've got Edgar for company. It's me, your boy. Sexy Dr. Doolittle for this game. So yeah, I'm super excited for more of Scarlet Hollow. There will be cats. There should be more, there should be bodies. We'll see about exactly what kind of skeletons there will be. So it should be a good stream for us. Dithdailk? Falagenahui? Okay, yeah. I'm going to just go straight over to the game and then we'll have a little chat. Let's see. Hey, Steam, would you like to pick up the game? No, okay, that's fine. I will just do it manually. I will do it manually. Fine. Oh, cool. Let's make it big, shall we? Or at least as big as we can. I forget, where did we put our camera last time? I think up there. Okay, oh yeah, I need to put the sound back on for you. Spooky times. I'm good, yeah, Delorov. I am fine. How is the sound between me and the game? I mean, the game is not going to be particularly loud in most situations because it is a text adventure. But there will be music, there will be sound effects. I guess my throat is a little bit like dry. I guess I think it's just like weather. I'm probably not drinking enough water and not talking a lot. So when I do talk, it I don't know, my voice is a bit off, which is going to be great for this game where I'm going to be reading all the text out loud. So I'm not going to be doing any voices, I don't think. But I will be reading it all for you. So Scarlet Hollow, for those who missed the first episode or for those that watched it, but it has been 5 months. It was January. It was end of January when we played it. It was like the day before my birthday. When we played episode 1. So the reason we didn't play it through all at once is because it's not yet finished. It's an open access. It's an early access. I backed it on Kickstarter, so I'm getting all of the keys to each episode as it unlocks. So episode 1 is out and free for anyone. So if you missed episode 1 and you like the sound of it, then do go play. It is a branching storyline narrative horror game. It's queer. It's spooky. It's set in the Appalachian Mountains. I say Appalachian because apparently Appalachia is pronounced Appalachia. And I learned that from listening to Old Gods of Appalachia, which is a fantastic horror podcast, which I highly recommend if you're into it. If you're into that kind of Lovecraftian spooky things. If you like this game, you'll like Old Gods of Appalachia. Yeah, so it's a horror narrative kind of visual novel, but it has branching storylines. So even if you've seen like one playthrough, it's not necessarily going to be the same. Now, episode 1 didn't have a huge amount of branching. I actually went back and like played through the whole thing like 4 times. Once on stream, once like originally to myself, and 2 other times to play through with like the different traits. So when you start the game, you get different traits which affect choices you can make, and chances and things like that. And I went through different times, and in the first episode there was a huge decision point, which resulted in the death of one of the characters. And it turns out that you can make different choices and it is possible for them to be alive. So you can see how over the next, I think there's going to be 5 episodes total, over the next however many episodes, something could be drastically different. So just to try and, at the moment there aren't recaps in the game, so when I go into episode 2, it's just going to go straight in. So I want to give a little recap, I guess, of what happened in episode 1. Kind of brief things. So we are playing a write-in character. We're playing ourselves. We've called them Taran, although we chose to give them they/them pronouns, which I use he, him. But yeah. And then we picked the traits. We picked hot, and we picked talk to animals. So hence why these are the adventures of the sexy Dr. Dolittle, because everyone finds us attractive, and we can have wonderful conversations with animals. And we have arrived in this small sleepy town called Scarlet Hollow, which is a mining town in the Appalachian Mountains, to go to the funeral of our aunt. Our mother has died sometime in the past, and we have returned to the family home, the family mansion. Our cousin is the only one really left of the family who is running this mansion that you can see. So this is where we're staying. Obviously very stable, very safe. Definitely no monsters living here. And yeah, that's kind of the basic of the story. It's classic kind of horror trope, is you're returning home, or going somewhere new, and everything is weird. So we've returned home. We're staying with our cousin, who doesn't really like us very much. She's quite cold, and she runs the local mine. This is how our family earned the money for this mansion. There is a deep dark mine, which I'm sure is totally above board. There's no horrible monsters there or anything. And yeah, that's the reason we're here. We went into town on our first day to get some food and have an explore. We met someone called Stella, who is she is a YouTuber. She hunts monsters. She's like one of these ghost hunters, and makes YouTube videos about it. And we went with her to the woods to look for what were we looking for? Skunk ape? I want to say skunk ape, something like that. And we met a local farmer, Duke, who was out looking for his chickens who had escaped or been taken by a fox or something. And we go through the woods, and eventually we find one of these chickens, and it has this big pulsing thing on it, like an egg. And then we hear whispering, and there's these creepy little things called ditchlings, which attacked us. And in the commotion, Duke tried to shoot one with a shotgun, but accidentally blew his head off. So that is the decision point that I was talking about earlier. So the choice is, you can either shine a flashlight so Duke can see what he's doing, in which case he doesn't accidentally shoot his head off, or you can grab the lead of Stella's dog so it doesn't run off, and that saves Stella's dog. So if you choose the dog, Duke dies. If you choose Duke, I'm afraid the dog does die. We chose the dog, so don't worry, only a man has died. The dog is fine, and she's an adorable little Southern Belle pug that we can talk to. So, who cares about Duke? We want to have a chat with this cute little dog, because we can talk to animals. And then some other stuff happens. Eventually, yeah, we meet a few more characters. I think we'll go into them like when they turn up again. I don't think it will be like necessary to. I think that's just the biggest thing. There's been this death. Oh man, it was the man or the dog. That's rough. Thank you for that contribution, Milk. I guess one other thing to say there is it is actually possible to save them both if you have the right trait for it, which of course we did not. But that's fine. Each trait has, as far as I understand it, has at least one decision point that it will help you get out of it without anyone dying. But there are big decisions in every episode, so we're going to see what happens. So let's load up. If any of you don't know what's going on, feel free to ask. I will happily answer any questions. If you're like, who the hell is this? I'll be like, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mention them. That's fine. It was only one stream. Well, it was one and a bit, so it was about 3 hours, 3.5 hours of a stream, and that was mainly just reading out things. So the first episode isn't hugely long. If you play it by yourself, it's going to go a lot quicker. I don't know how long this episode is. I hope the save. Okay, cool. I don't know how long this episode is. I don't know if we'll get 1-2 streams out of it. Before we get any before we actually start, I should say, Gore Warning. It's a horror game. I know kind of roughly the work of the people who make this, so definite Gore Warning. Monsters are very good and very creepy. There might be a loud noise. I don't think there'll be any real jump scares, but there could be sudden loud noise. So yeah, if that's not your bag, then that's fair enough. So at the end of episode 1, we had the choice of staying over with Stella or heading back home to the mansion, and we chose to do that to check on our cousin because we're supposed to be there for a funeral. So here we are waking up at home. Let's see what's going on. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your guts, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. I don't know. We could. It's kind of... So we have to stay here for a week because our funeral is on the Sunday. So we've arrived on Monday, the funeral is on the Sunday. Why can't we just stay in bed that whole time? Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Ooh, okay, so this is the best character. I'm willing to go out on a limb right now and say this is the best character. Let's check on Dustin, shall we? You open the drawers to check on Dustin. Here's Dustin. It's our little possum friend. These are our clothes. We decided to make him a little nest to make sure he was comfortable in our drawers. Dustin is amazing. Human is back. Good morning, Dustin. I see you have bread now. Have you met Frou Frou? Can I talk to you about something horrible? Let's say good morning first before we say anything else. Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good. Had productive night. I see you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. That does sound like a good night. I had a pretty bad night. Can I talk to you about it? Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened? See, this is how you hold. This is how you hold. Time for your friends when they need you. Like, be more like Dustin, huh? I watched a man die. The woods are full of big scary monsters. The woods are full of monsters and I can't go home. I don't know. I don't think Dustin is the right person to talk about, like, watching a man die. I don't know if he really can get that. Let's say the woods are full of big scary monsters. Dustin understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human, maybe. Thanks, Dustin. Thank you, Dustin. I don't... Nah, you can keep my clothes. I don't need them. Have you met Frou Frou? Frou Frou is our cousin's cat, who is this very pompous French, like... French accented tabby, I guess. I don't know. Some kind of cat. Monster. It was nice to... I don't need to ask for my clothes back. Let Dustin keep them for now. It's nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll see you around. Kate! Oh, that's nice. This is a good... This is why... The correct answer with your perks is always to talk to animals, because, you know, why would you not? Let's look out the window. Guys, what is this? This was not here last time we looked out a window. Oh, I guess I should mention... Yeah, I think... So, okay. At the end of the night, we went to our Stella's, like, friend's house, Kanika, and her grandmother, I think. And when we were there, behind us... someone appeared with, like, blood, like their face was kind of hidden by the darkness, but they had glowing eyes and there was, like, blood down them, and they were wearing a uniform. I think this is them, but they've got a veil on. That's You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's now gone. They said a name of someone. I can't remember what it was, like Bill or Ben or Bernie. Like, it was... I don't know, it was a man's name. Poke around the closet. Oh, in the closet there was a creepy doll. Great, the doll didn't move last night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all, though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. Oh, let's text Stella. Make sure she's okay. I mean, we did both watch a man die last night. You sound like a TV medium. Oh wow, yeah, actually, now that you mention, I've got my incense here. This is called Protect. Since we're since we're doing a horror game, I thought let's burn some incense. Burn some incense just in case, to make sure we're nice and safe, you know. It's chamomile. I don't know if that's any good actually for warding off spirits, but you know, it's good for wanting to go to sleep. How shall we text Stella? Yo, what up? Might be a little bit too cheery after the night we had together. How are you holding up? Hi. Send a picture of a tired cat you found on the internet. Yeah, that's the answer. That's the right answer. That was cute. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. There's Frou Frou. I guess we should say hello to Frou Frou. Let's not pet her though, because she will bite us. Back in the kitchen, Frou Frou eyes you from her favourite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Excuse me, ma'am. May I pet you? No. Pet Frou Frou. I don't want to be here either. Have you noticed anything weird about here? Do you know anything about ditchlings? Which are the weird, small, like, misshapen creatures we saw last night. Gretchen sends her regards. Silently glare at her. Gretchen sends her regards. C'est super toujours. That creature has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled from? No. We saw to that. Merde. Truly ours is not a kind god. Wow. God, you're rude. Look, man, I don't want to be here either. Who would have thought we'd have anything in common? Ah, Tabitha, our cousin. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? What, Sting? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. What can I say? Did the cops say anything about Duke? We were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops? There are monsters in the woods. We need to leave. Nah, we're not. No, we're not a coward. Like... I had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? What can I say? Trouble follows me wherever I go. Duke's blood is on my hands. Wow. Okay. I guess, technically, not literally. I think I would have washed my hands by now. I think... What by the end of whatever happens throughout Scarlet Hollow, if we must pet Frou Frou. There must be a way to make friends with Frou Frou and yeah, cut some slack. Yeah, we could. I don't know. I feel like maybe she won't respond very well to that. I feel like she won't believe monsters. Yeah, maybe. It's either I think it's either just simple, like did the cops say anything about Duke, or cut us some slack. Sure. Let's go with that. I had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? A man died right in front of me, and those woods are full of actual monsters. Well, we're going straight to monsters. No. Some old farmer went missing, and that's it. Don't let Stella get you all worked up out of... No! I saw it! Tabitha, do not gaslight me. Come on. Come on, Tabitha. Like... Fair enough if... I notice you didn't mention anything about the monsters. But I literally saw it. What is up with you and Stella? What is up with you and Stella? We just have history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. Sure, let's ask the cops. Let's ask if the cops said anything about Duke. Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Taran. Before you ask, don't worry. I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. You don't know that. You don't know Tabitha. You don't know me. We literally just met yesterday. You seem unfazed by this. Well, she literally runs the mine. Like, she must have experienced people dying, to be honest. Also, her mum just died? Like, not that long ago? I don't know. I guess that is kind of suspicious if you're, someone dying doesn't have some kind of effect on you like that. We'll see. I think I'll thank her for having my back. Sounds like a good thing Stella took the video out of the camera. Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah. I was going to say that we did video it, but the cops took the camera. But, yeah, she pocketed the video. And then we showed it to Kanika and Sybil, I want to say. So they know what's happened. Thanks for having my back. Sure, what else is family for? It's that smile again. That smile, that damned smile. Can I hang out with you today? Yeah, let's hang out. At the mines? No. I've got to get to work. But just stay out of trouble today, alright? I'll try and be back by sunset, and I expect you to be here. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It's a creepy place. So maybe human is correct, but I wouldn't assume there's no one else here. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no? The cat chuckles mockingly. Fuck you, Frou-Frou. I hope you get eaten. A text from Stella. It's another tired cat. Ain't that a fucking mood? Hope you're holding up okay, or as good as you can with all the stuff we saw last night. I was up most of the night on cryptid forums. No real answers yet, but I'm at the library now if you want to join. I love this. I love this UI. Yeah, I really like that. I have scones. Ooh, jam first, Stella. After last night, hell no. Not really feeling up to date. Ghost her. Jesus Christ. Come on. We're not doing this. No. No. Bad. I mean, this was actually my reaction. Scones, say no more. And that's that. Time to start your day. Oh, we've got to... We saw something out there. We've got to investigate the garden, haven't we? As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering that brief glimpse of something you saw from the upstairs window. Oh, okay. Well, the creepy music started. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Is this a coward stream? I don't know if it is. I don't know if this is a coward stream. Also, I've only just noticed the statue, which I thought was like, a woman holding a baby and then some kids. Fairly normal. I just realised that these are like fawns. They're like satyrs. Their little tail. Look at the cute little tail. Little hoofs. Well, I think we're just doing this. Oh god, the art in this game is so good. So good. Like, how creepy. Like the dark space. The little, like, you can see the faces on the statue. Ugh. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a... Aren't we standing in the place that it was? We can see the window. One of these windows is ours. We can see the windows where we were. I feel like we've got our back to where it was. That's not what I would do. Take it all in. Check the ground for clues. So when it has explore next to it, that means it could take us to something else. I don't know. Check the ground for clues or take it all in. I don't really want to take it all in, but I think we've got to. Garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. That's what I said. That's what I said. Well, check the ground for clues. Uh-huh. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some kind of viscera. That's not a word. You never want to find some kind of viscera just lying on the floor. Like, oh. Your thoughts turn to the spectre from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. Ooh, clues. Text it to Stella. Keep it to yourself for now. Ooh, floor viscera. What do you think, folks? Should we text it to Stella? Or should we keep it to ourselves for now? Ask Stella? Yeah? Okay, let's do it. You send the photo to Stella. Look what I found in the garden across from my window. No way that's Tabitha-sized. She knows the dude? Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know Stella would love it? That's true. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of the day. We should probably eat something. Let's make a PBJ. Sure, Stella might have... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Never mind. Scones are later. PB&J is now. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. Hey, look, I'm conditioned to eat something like first thing in the morning as soon as I get up. Because that's just what I have to do with my diabetes. So, you promised me food later, that's not now. Like, I gotta eat something now. Let's go. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. Oh yeah, right. The apparition, that the guy that appeared somehow knew who we were. Although everyone in town knows who we are because they guess. Like, we've turned up and there's a funeral in the week and we're hanging out, you know, with our cousin. It's quite obvious who we are. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. It's from Stella. Geez, that's creepy. All the more reason to come to the library. Look who I found at library. She says she was up all night thinking about the video, adding you to a group text. It's Kanika. Kanika. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store. Or was, lol. And I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be. I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. Oh yeah, so the ditchlings that appear, they're not dangerous. They're supposedly not dangerous in themselves. Duke got killed by accident. But they are harbingers of some other horrific thing coming later. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings and they are harbingers of doom. Sounds like they're having fun. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll be there soon. Can't wait to solve this mystery. Ditchlings aren't real, Stella. Send a heart emoji. Let's just say... Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be there soon. Yeah. Lol. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Continue down the path. Ooh, okay. Here's some friends. Avery and Sybil. So Avery, they, them, works in the cafe. And Sybil, who she runs, I think runs a store. I think that's what she said. But she's kind of a bit witchy. She seems to know her way around potions and things. So there's been a little bit of foreshadowing about that, but we don't know anything for sure. And she is grandmother, I believe, of Kanika. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out to you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Taran. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend. And, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. Is this meant to be like this, or is this a bug? This seems like it's a bug. The game did, this episode did literally release, on Friday, so, if it is a bug, that's fine. You went out with Stella last night, Avery. We can't see Avery's beautiful shirt and their rippling chest. Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Tell Avery the whole truth. I don't know. I don't think we need to be spreading this entirely around town right now. I'm traumatized, not ready to talk about it yet. Duke got hurt. Let's just say that. I mean, it's not a lie. It says lie, but it's not really a lie. I would say this if I knew whether they would take it as a joke. If I knew this was intended to be a joke. Then I would say this. Geez, nosy much, I hardly know you. But, because I do like Avery. I think Avery's cool. Let's just say Duke got hurt. We bumped into Duke a couple of times while we were out there, and he got hurt pretty bad. I'm not really sure what we saw. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. Is he okay? No. Sybil. I'm afraid Duke is no longer with us, Avery. Stella dropped by last night and she told me about her and Taran's encounter in the woods. Holy crap, I can't believe this is the first I've heard of it. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I think Beau... I can't remember. I don't remember whether they said whether Beau was... the relationship between Beau and Duke. I think he's his brother, but I cannot remember for sure. Taking it as well as you can imagine, I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Taran. We all had to see it, not just me. Avery, tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Try and calm your nerves. Oh heck yeah, let's just eat so much food. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. That sounds great. If you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Taran. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. Yeah, that's what I felt like. I don't like. Avery seems like a pretty sunny person, and I kind of don't want I don't want to ruin that by telling them about horrific monsters if we, until we know that we have to. You never know how someone might respond to the truth of hearing what you encountered. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Man, the number of sprites. They'd doubled the number of new sprites. There was 400 sprites in the first episode, and there's 800 new ones for episode 2. It's quite incredible how much art they've done for this. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Thanks, Sybil. Do you know anything else about ditchlings? Why doesn't anyone in town seem to know or care that a man died? That's a good question. It's police cover-up. What is wrong with people? Quietly let her leave. I feel like I'm not going to get an answer, but I do want to know this. Why doesn't anyone in this town seem to know or care that a man died? This town has had a hard run of things, Taran. People here lead difficult lives. Their pasts are full of death. No one in Scarlet Hollow is a stranger to it. Kanika and Miles lost their father not but a few years ago. We've all just had to learn how to live with it in our own ways. As for your encounter with the police, people tell a lot of stories up in the hills, especially city folk who wouldn't know a bear from a Bigfoot. No offence, of course. But I'm afraid that means most folks aren't going to take your claim very seriously, at least not until they see what you saw with their own eyes. Be gentler with them, Taran. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things I need tending to. Stay safe and God bless. You probably have a bit of time before you need it at the library. I mean, we did say we were going to be there right now. So this game is supposed to have kind of a branching story, and I think, episode 1, obviously not a huge amount because you need to set everything up. There's a lot that needs to happen to start the game, but it still affects your kind of relationship with people. There are still choices you can make that people will affect the disposition of your friends and, of course, who's alive. And I think a choice like this will have an effect like that. So it might be possible to do all of these, or it might only be possible to do one of the diner or the general store. It's also possible that by going straight to the library you get, you might miss out on the other stuff, but you get extra stuff with Stella and Kanika. So I'm probably gonna play through this game again on my own, choosing exactly what I want. So if any of you have specific choices that you'd really like, then I will happily defer to you on a lot of that, because I want to show off this game. But also there are, as I said, there's relationship elements, and that is in terms of people just liking you, but I think there is also, it's there is a dating there is a romance thing. So bear that in mind, because we could date Avery or Stella or Kanika, and there's some other characters we've not met yet as well that are dateable. So if there's if we were planning to go for Avery, for instance, we would want to swing by the diner now because we want to get our relationship level up. If we prefer Stella, Kanika, or someone else, we want to do those, So that is kind of interesting. You're drawing a blank at the moment. You would head straight to the library. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, we have said I'm on my way, I'll be there soon, and like, I would personally be really annoyed if someone said that and then they went to the diner for breakfast, or they went, you know, they went and hung around the shop for a while. So, okay, we'll head straight to the library. Also, going to the library will probably mean we get to hang out with Gretchen. And we can talk to our little dog friend. So let's do that. You enter the former town hall. Well, there is a lot going on in this picture. Let's see, let's have a little look. We got this fine gentleman who appears to be the librarian. There's a little cat. Cat number 2 of the game today so far. Hopefully we can talk to this one. It's a little bit nicer than Frou Frou. There's our friends. There's also this big mural up here. There is someone being carried on like an I-beam. Like they're tied to it by miners. And there's a fire in the background. So they're going away from the fire. There's these little kids happily dancing around. But like, I mean, it could be a stretcher. Like you're saving this man from the fire down the mine. Like that makes sense. But like the way he's tied to it, it gives me like sacrifice vibes. Don't you think? Like, yeah, we don't know what's on fire. I think there's possibly a church. Or maybe the town hall. Like here to the side. I don't know how well it comes off on screen, but a little bit Wicker Man-esque. They are going away from the fire, so they're probably not going to burn him. But these kids seem way too happy for this to be, you know, rescuing this guy from a fire. Like they seem joyful about it. Interesting. Lots of other pictures around. Yeah, and this oh, you can't see, hang on. Let me just close my camera for a sec. There's a picture here with like, I guess the town hall. I feel like that's where we are. Didn't get a good look at outside to note it for sure, but looks like the same building that's here. Excuse me, sorry. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh hey, you made it! Settle in with Stella and Kanika. Shush Stella and point at all the books before heading over to her table. Yeah, let's do that. This is a library. Shh. Wait. Who's this? I recognize this character. You made it. Glad you could join us. I agree wholeheartedly with Stella. I am elated that you're back. Oh. Do you remember like way back in the day when I said I'd never do accents? I'm not going to do them all the time. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? I did, Gretchen. Oh yeah, no one believes that we can talk to animals, so we need to be careful. It's the character from Madoka Magica. Yeah, I knew it's like a character that I recognise, but it's from something that I'd never seen. So obviously, I think it's probably Kanika's little notebook, or possibly laptop. Obviously, they're a massive weeaboo. Don't worry, Gretchen. Should we should we talk directly to Gretchen, or should we just subtly? I think it's funnier to just say it straight out. For this look. Don't worry, Gretchen, I told Frou all about our little adventure last night. Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time. Did you just try and talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time she talked to Gretchen yesterday, or they talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they could actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Morning, Taran. You look tired. Well, yeah. What do you expect? You can't just... Unfortunately, the talk to animals does mean I have to do, like, extra voices. You can't just tell someone they look tired. The estate isn't the easiest place to get a good 8 hours. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I'd never done a Scooby-Doo before. Or we can say exactly what Gretchen did. I like this. I'm still amped up on adrenaline, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Yeah, make him laugh. Some creepy old guy with a real estate scheme and a bad costume is at least a little more believable than monsters and curses. Wouldn't that be a relief? And if Taran's antics are anything to go by, we've already got our talking dog. That's true! That's true, holy shit. So which one am I? Like, I mean, this is Stella's dog, so I guess she's Shaggy. Velma, which makes me Fred or Daphne. My partner says Daphne. Specifically because Sarah Michelle Gellar plays her in the movies. And my partner is watching a lot of Buffy right now. But also, you know, I mean, we have the hot trait, so I guess being stereotypically hot in quotes works. Although Velma is the hottest, let's be honest. I do so wish you could understand me, Stella. I do so wish you could understand me, Stella. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Oh, before I forget, we gotta talk about that photo you sent me this morning. Oh yeah. Kanika, check this out. Taran found it in Tabby's garden this morning, right in front of sight of their room. What in the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Haven't done your annual Buffy watch yet this year. Aisha is on their second. They watched Buffy for the first time earlier in the year. And now it's time to go back to it because it's great. Good old pussy surprise viscera. Ooh. That's true. Dustin did mention 2 people. There's the scary one. Wayne. Wayne was the guy. So nothing to do with B. So maybe we shouldn't push it with a talk to animals. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. I don't know if there's a connection to what happened in the woods, but it felt worth texting Stella about it. It's interesting how similar these are, but I guess you're talking about Stella specifically, so it kind of shows her that you value her opinion. So that's probably like a relationship plus for Stella. The boots were too big to be Tabitha's. Do you think it's Wayne? I mean, we think it's Wayne. But do we just have to go with talk to animals every time? No, I'm going to be serious. I think it's Wayne, so I'm going to ask that. Do you think it's Wayne? That creeper keeps coming around my mum's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Taran by name. And those boot prints match up with the mining getup. I'm glad the two of you had me here to protect you. Okay, Gretchen, come on. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? Yeah, you did. I wonder if there's a connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Don't know about that. I mean, when he turned up, I originally thought it was Duke's body coming like to life, because there was like blood down the neck and we couldn't see the head, but it's not. Yeah, like what connection? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered? Oh. No, this Sybil said they wouldn't implant in a human, didn't she? She said something about them not being dangerous to people. Hey there, strangers. Well, hello. A literal stranger. Nice bow tie, dude. Well, yeah, I mean, we won't be strangers for long. I'm Taran. Oh, you rascal, Taran. Oscar. Aha, so here is Oscar. They all... They looked so surprised and disappointed in me. Yeah, there's definitely blush there. I mean, this. It would be weird if this person is dateable and we dated them because they look like me. When I have a beard, it's like that's just what I look like. So I don't. I'm Oscar Gutierrez. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only Librarian. Librarian. Taran's in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. Oh, that's our mum then. I see, I couldn't remember if that was our mum or our aunt. Probably should have done a run-through, like, a quick run-through like yesterday. I don't know. To remind myself of stuff. But the Scarlet resemblance, it's strong. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, it better not be. Not that that's a bad thing. Oscar's amazing. He's practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, and I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they've got it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? No, I have no idea who Rosalina is. I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she didn't come home last night and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. Oh, that's worrying. You know the crowd she hangs around with? No, I don't. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at old Maxwell Place. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell Place doing teen stuff. Good old days doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the wood. Again, I don't feel the need to like expand the Scooby Gang right now. Although he's the librarian, maybe he can find some books that will help us figure out what the ditchlings are, so maybe we should mention the ditchlings. Let's ask what the old Maxwell place is first. It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thoughts of teens getting up to mischief with all these ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? There's a cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to mean that disasters around the corner? Doesn't ring a bell. Well, that's a good anime like thinking pose there. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were say trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back, gonna go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about hair, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. Yeah, isn't she like 17 or something ridiculous? It's like ancient pug. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. I'm not so sure. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. I don't believe in this supernatural stuff, but the woods aren't safe. I mean, I believe. I'm literally talking to animals. A man's already dead. It's nothing that we can't get to the bottom of. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. Get out while you still can. It's not that. Yeah, it's nothing we can't get to the bottom of. We can do this. Let's be positive about it. I'm going to try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Taran, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Sure thing, buddy. Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Is it like, I don't know, people watching, is it confusing who's speaking? Because I can read their name before, if that's helpful, because I'm not going to do voices. I will die. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls out a chair. Stella, all right, got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Kanika, yeah, it's Kanika's laptop with the Madoka Magica character on. And also a cute little bat. Kanika, I'll be doing most of my research online. You never know what kind of weird biases the folks writing these books might have. Whatever you find online might be biased too, you know, says Stella. Kanika, which is why we cross-reference things. Stella, yeah, you're right. It's good to cast a wide net. Guess the books are up to me and Taran. Sure thing. Reading awaits. Okay. What book should we check out? We've got flip through Veins of Scarlet, A History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines. Sounds interesting. Flip through Silas Scarlet, Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. Flip through Appalachian Folk Monsters. Reading is for suckers. Let Kanika and Stella do the work for you. Now, reading is not for suckers. Reading is for goods. So, Oscar said about looking into disasters. So, I kind of feel like History of Scarlet Hollow coal mines could be interesting. Like, mines have a lot of disasters. We know full well, as Cornish folks, how fucking awful mines can be. How many people have died in those things over the years and around the world. We could read up about one of our ancestors, though. Silas Scarlet. Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. And then the other option, I think, is Appalachian Folk Monsters. Part of me is drawn to the one about Silas, because it seems like the least connected. I mean, let's start with A History of Scarlet Hollow, and I feel like our character, it's not, I guess it's not A History of Scarlet Hollow, but A History of Scarlet Hollow coal mines is A History of Scarlet Hollow, because that's the whole point. This place is a mining town. Like, it wouldn't have been started if there wasn't a mine here. So let's go with that. Oh wow, they've actually got like pictures from it. That's so cool. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons in that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Oh cool, we have horrible racist family. Good to know. Not only fighting in the Indian Wars, but also being a Confederate. And an officer, no less. Cool. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades. Oh, great. Marking one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was, until 1889, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. It was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. 160 is a huge number. A huge number. Boy. Good job, Charles Shaw. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's eldest son, Theodore, who had taken over for his aging father during the bustle of the war. His brother Enoch V. Scarlet managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Yeah, it's not good. It's not. This is not a fortune to be proud of. Oh, we can. Okay, let's let's keep going. Let's read more about our horrific family of union busters and racists. It's a whole village's worth, yeah. I mean, how many was the largest disaster in Cornwall? I don't think it was anywhere near that much, was it? I kind of want to look it up. Cornwall's worst mining disaster in which 39 men drowned. Levant 31. Like, yeah, like that's 160 people is a bad time. A bad time. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled in the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own 2 hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. So there was stuff here before the mine. He saved what he could and brought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Ah, what a prick. Thus he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Let's keep reading. Appalachian folk monsters. No shit! Folks, Tommy knockers. Oh boys, Tommy knockers. Yes. We have a Cornish link. For those, the game will explain what Tommy knockers are, I'm sure, when we click on that. But yeah, they would have been brought over to America. They're known as knockers in Cornwall. Brought over to the Americas by Cornish miners. Enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures, primarily known for Cornish mischief. Well, technically, yeah, causing mischief. There's also a wampus cat, a large cat-like creature with a loud howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain, and a tailipo, a small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. Well, I mean, let's see what the game has to say about Tommyknockers. Oh, I'm so excited! Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knockers serve as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Oh, I'm so excited by this. I'm so hyped by this. Please, let us go into the mines and experience some knocking. So, like in Cornish myth, this is super interesting because I knew I knew they had been taken over, and I have heard Americans calling them Tommyknockers. So yeah, in Cornish myth, they can be both. They are mischievous. They're like a type of pisky, often seen as a type of pisky. They are fey folk that live underground. They're spirits or goblins or whatever. There's no, the issue with describing them thus is those words in English don't really mean the same thing as what they would in this context. But yeah, they tap. You can hear them mining, basically tapping on the walls, and they either cause cave-ins or warn people of cave-ins. But generally, you want to be on the good side of them. So when you're eating your Kraust, your lunch, you have your pasty. You eat your pasty, but you save a little bit of the knob, a little bit of the crust, and you leave that as an offering to the Tommyknockers, and they will treat you kind. They will warn you if there's a collapse, or they might even lead you to seams of gold or whatever. As long as you keep on the right side of them, you're fucking A+. You'll be safe. Nothing will go wrong. But if you treat them badly, or if you're rude, or any number of slights towards them, then they will bring the mine down on you, effectively. God, this is so cool. Yeah, chuck 'em your pasty crust. It's basically stories about respect, to be honest. It's like, as long as you respect where you are, respect the mine, then you'll be all right. But this is really interesting because I've been listening to the podcast Old Gods of Appalachia, which is a horror anthology podcast set, in this kind of area, the Appalachian Mountains, the woods, the valleys, the mines. And there's some of this kind of thing in it. And I've been thinking about Cornish miners going to these areas because they are so heavily mined. And one of the lines in the podcast, someone talking about the booger man, in terms of, so we hear boogeyman, bogeyman, all this kind of stuff. Usually in America, we don't really talk about a bogeyman or a boogeyman or whatever in the UK. But I heard it for the first time said as booger man. And for those of you who speak Cornish, the Cornish word for like a type of goblin or a spirit, a mischievous spirit, is bucca. Bucca. Which relates to the Irish and the Scots and the Welsh, which all have a similar thing. Yeah, bucca. And I was like, is the bogeyman a Cornish origin thing? But I was looking into it. I was actually spending the morning reading up etymology and history of boogeymen, and it's not conclusive, but I'm pretty certain it comes from that whatever the link is, the Celtic root word. So bucca, and the same thing where bogey and boggles in Scots comes from, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's the first time I heard it pronounced in such a way that I was like, this is talked about in a place where there would have been a huge influx of Cornish folk to the mines. If this is, it depends where it was first found, but if this is found in Appalachia, in these areas with high concentrations of these British immigrants, Cornish and Irish and whatnot, I think there's a pretty good case to be made for it to be Cornish. Anyway, that was such a nice surprise, and I hope there's more stuff about that in here. And also the fact that they didn't mention England once. A+. Game of the year. So let's learn about a Wampus cat next. I don't know anything about Wampus cats. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus cat as originating with the story of a woman who brought vengeance against the monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. Interesting. She hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretions, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Interest. Just Celtic folk in general, lots of people in the Appalachians claim Scottish, Irish heritage, hence all the fill tunes. Yeah, this is the thing, is as I was looking up that etymology, everywhere it was being like, yeah, from Middle English, and I'm like, I just don't think you can claim that it's English. Like, even if it's found in the earliest it was found is apparently 1500s Middle English, and I'm like, what, you mean the peak of Cornish language? Like, yeah, cool. Because my argument at that point is like, you don't, when your language is like such a living language like that at that time, you don't borrow someone else's word for a folkloric creature that you've been dealing with for thousands of years. It's not an English word, because Cornish and Scottish Gaelic and Irish and Manx and Welsh all have a similar word from the same root, so it's definitely Celtic. Like, if it's found that early, if it's not like more recent than that, then it's gonna be a Celtic word. I guess you could make an argument for Latin, I suppose, but it's like you couldn't say English because it would have existed before English existed. So if you say it's Latin or whatever, Latin root brought into Celtic, fine, but there's no way you could call it English. Let's learn about Tailipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods. Oh, there's a typo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Look at little illustrations for the stories. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn a gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through his hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. This is a possum! This is a possum. Look at his tail, the little claws, like if we could turn the page back, little claws, little glowing eyes. I'm going to tell Dustin the story, and this is he's going to be annoyed. He'd say it was originally Celtic, maybe they did use it in English, but as a loan word. Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's not English to Celtic, it's the other way around. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Tailipo. Oh, high horse voice, sorry. I want my Tailipo. Her voice croaked from the darkness. Go away! He screamed at the thing. Like, look at these little, this is Dustin. This is Dustin's origin story. But it stepped closer to him. Still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hard wood accompanying its movements. I want my Daily Po! Creature growled again. Oh, just the art. Fuck. Abby Howard, who does all the art in this game, is just... it's just so good. Hi, Shay. Unmute stream for first time today and get told to go away. Sorry. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. I want my Daily Po! Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog and his cabin, was a chimney standing alone in the woods. Jesus. The art is, yeah, real good. Close the book and put it back. I think I'm done. Let's check in. Stella. Alright, if we're going with that, with what Kanika's mum told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters of what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents? Looks like our state has a history with those. Really? What about you all? Find anything? But before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Oh, hey, Pixel. Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Gretchen. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Pixel. Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Stella. Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Pixel. Ah, yeah. Snack time. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Crunch, crunch. Perfect onomatopoeia there. Brilliant. Oscar. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Yeah, fair enough. That's a mood. Let's talk. Let's talk to a nice cat. Hey, Pixel. How do you think of... Hey, Pixel. What do you think about monsters we saw in the woods? That's a glare. This... Oh, come on. This cat's got to be nice, please. I'm an indoor cat. I don't know anything about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Your house got haunted? Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? How did you know? Taran is either psychic or they can talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. Oscar. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snags, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Stella. Hold up. What kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises? Objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Oscar. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Stella. Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. But what if it's ghosts? It's totally a ghost. Let's go bust it. Nah. Like, I'm all for, like, the sciencey stuff, Kanika, but, like, come on. Let's go. Just a little floor blood seepage. You know how it is. Well, maybe it's a rental, you know? You know how landlords are. It's totally a ghost. Let's bust it. Oscar. You're more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Let's go hunt ghosts! Boy! Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes. No, I don't... Why'd you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? I'm gonna let Pexel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I'd better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Any luck with Rosalina? Stella... What were you saying about nuclear incidents? Whisper, do you think there's a cult here? Yeah, but where... Okay, well this is a lot. Okay. Hopefully we'll get to talk about most of this. Talk about Veins of Scarlet, talk about Silas Scarlet, talk about Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? We should check out the mines. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? Ah, fuck Rosalina. I don't care about Rosalina. I want to talk about knockers. But also, you were saying about nuclear incidents, so I'm kind of interested in that. You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Stella, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Holy shit! That's not something you can just... What? Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully it didn't go off. Yeah, fucking thankfully. That did happen? This is a real thing? Jesus Christ. Oh, that's terrifying. That's so horrifying. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. Greatest nuclear bomb threat to the USA is basically itself. Yeah, right? Well, the USA has nuked itself, 100 times more than anyone else has nuked the USA, so... Jesus. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Yikes. Right, it's a conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, no, Gretchen, do not dig up the nukes, Gretchen. Gretchen, bad dog. Leave the nukes. Leave. Down. Stop. Bad Gretchen. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. No. So the nuke mid? Nah. I'm not for that. If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Yeah. I think the USA did something similar to another country too. I think a European one, but don't quote me on that. I wouldn't be surprised. Turns out no one should have any nuclear material ever. Like, it's just not. Can we just not? If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological. Look, you never know with radiation. Nah, I'm not about that. Yes, Kanika. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know, there could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. I don't, like... There very well can be a cult here. I mean, there have been some slight culty vibes. I don't think there have been enough for us to randomly come out and be like, yo, is there a cult here? Like, there was a mention of a church. There wasn't like a normal kind of church in the first episode. But I don't think... I think let's talk about our books. I want to talk about fucking knockers, so I'm going to click Appalachian folk monsters. I don't actually think any of the folk monsters we looked at are ditchlings. Like, Tommyknockers is closer because they can foretell disaster. Every person I speak to, I whisper asking if there's a cult here. My mum used to tell me that Tailipo story. I'd totally forgotten about it. Yeah, do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? I quite like that. Because they did mention about them potentially. Like, it doesn't really fit into the Cornish mythology. But they did mention in that story about Tommyknockers being spirits of dead miners. So, let's go with that. Do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? Maybe he's the ghost of a dead miner. Kanika. There's something seriously wrong with the guy, and we should definitely look into it, but I don't think he's a ghost. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place, so maybe he's haunting the whole town? He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've also seen him, like, touch stuff. Wampus cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. My mum used to tell me that Tailipo story. I'd totally forgotten about it. My mum used to tell me that Tailipo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. Fair. Hi, I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Tailipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tailipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're going to get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. I mean, me too probably, since we just make friends with every single animal we meet. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Wampus cats sounds like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. Oh yeah, Gretchen can smell the mountain lions. We know there's mountain lions here. Gretchen told us. We trust Gretchen. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Hey Chris, how's it going? Nice to see you. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. We're just having chats about creepy monsters in the library with our friends. Also, we can talk to animals. No problem, have fun lurking. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now we are here. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it, I promise. I'm holding you to that. Let's move on. Cool, what time time is it? I might take a quick break while to explore. I'm going to top up my drink because all the talking is getting my throat a little bit. So I will be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay. Let's go to the be right back. And I'll be right back. Sorry. Yo, what up? I'm back. Thank you for hanging out. Just needed to top up my my lemon and honey. Taran had to derail the stream because you couldn't derail chat. Okay, right. I don't need to worry about Rosalina. I'll ask if I have to talk about Rosalina to carry on the story. Fine, but I don't think I care. I care about animals and monsters, not teenage kids. Let's just talk about the books. Talk about Veins of Scarlet. So, about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work down there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. Well, Stella. Ooh. I see. What happened after the mining collapse? A union-busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Colour me shocked. Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. What if the ditchlings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines, poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Wayne seems sick! Not sure how they... Sorry. Not sure how they tie in, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. The mines seem too obvious. It's got to be something else. What happened after the mine collapse? Let's ask about that. The book kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Interesting. It's almost like someone's trying to cover something up. Maybe there is a little bit of a cult here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. I fucking hope so. I hope our cousin isn't some horrible union-busting person. Keep my language fairly safe for work. Still hasn't let the union in though. Ah, okay. Never mind. Take back my words. Read what's on the screen, Taran. Our cousin is a union-busting arsehole. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Yeah, good on you, Kanika. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. I mean, is anyone surprised? No, but you know, I hoped. Yeah, I want to hear more about Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. You got run out of town on a rail, you know. That's not a figure of speech. Back then you actually tied... That's it, that's Charles Shaw in that picture. They actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it out on the far wall. So that's Charles Shaw getting run out of town. No wonder all the adults seem like sad and then the kids are like happy. Get rid of the bugger. He got off easy if you ask me. Okay. Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. Yeesh, that's morbid. And besides, It was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labour market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Writing it down on the list of potential disasters. You all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Haha, no, I don't think so. Phew, had me worried there for a second. You stay oblivious, Oscar. Kanika. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Silas Scarlet. So, Silas Scarlet. What a revisionist biography. Rich guy in the South? I should have known it wouldn't be pretty yet. I guess he was a product of a different time. Who knows what future generations will look back when they look at us? No, that's a bit of a washout response. Wow, talk about a self-made man. Seems like a great dude. No. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? Wow, there's a lot of responses. I get it. It must be one of those burial ground situations, right? Like in Poltergeist? No. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing on itself. No offense. He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what that has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. Fair enough. I don't think he's really relevant to whatever's happening right now. Yeah, I guess I don't need to bring him up. Let's say rich guy in the South. I should have known it wouldn't be pretty. Yeesh, I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he sure did some things to get where he was, huh? Yeah, definitely not the one. That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yes, I agree, Oscar. Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War too, and you can probably guess which side the North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. I don't really think he's relevant to what's happening. I think the ditchlings are here for retribution. That doesn't make any sense. Now, mining ghosts could very well be one of those burial ground situations like in Poltergeist. The town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing into itself. I mean, yeah. But it seems like a terrible person. I don't see what he has bad omens or creature in the woods. Probably that. I don't really want to back. Like, the town is kind of shitty, but I'm an outsider coming. Like, how would I feel if someone came in and was like, God, your town is shit? I'm like, I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say my town is shit. You're not. Yeah, seems like a terrible person. Don't really see what he has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. Talking ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. It never hurts to have historical context. We should check out the mines. I mean, I'm feeling like we should check out the mines. I think we should head back in the woods. Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? What do you all think? Let's ask what they think. Maybe they've got some more context. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Alright, well, I could have told you that. We should check the mine. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? It's the someone Photoshop this line onto the Anakin and Padme meme that's been going around recently. It is a sensible response. We're just talking to the miners, right? We're just talking to the miners, right? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Sneaks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. For the record, this wasn't my idea. Do we have to? This seems like a lot of work. Maybe Tabitha can help us out. Finally, the opportunity I've been looking for to get to know Tabitha. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love that we're snooping around. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, let's try and stay under the radar. Awesome, let's roll. Abandoned mines are so dangerous. 100%. Do not ever go into a mine unless you're with someone, you're with a guide who knows what they're doing, or you know what you're doing. Like, do not do that. Like, I used to work not in a mine, but I used to work in a giant cave, and even though that was like a massive like tourist attraction and was pretty safe, there was still some really dangerous places, and anyone going in there not knowing what they're doing would die. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of like potholing and things like that, or God forbid cave diving. Jesus. No. Same goes for all of us, honestly. I can't think of a single person in town Tabitha would be happy to see. We'll just have to make sure we don't get caught. We'll be super sneaky. I can even keep lookout. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realise how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though there is something missing. Reese! Kanika, I really missed that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I tried to plan stuff, but he's too sick. I didn't realise it was getting so bad. That poor guy. We could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Taran. Well, why wouldn't you be? Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted. I like Oscar. Oscar seems nice. He was standing, like, not really doing much, just playing with books, listening to our conversation that whole time. And that does seem slightly suspicious. No. Okay, let's go meet Reese. Who we have not met yet, but did overhear a bit of a conversation with when Stella called him to see if he wanted to come monster hunting with us the night before. Apparently he's sick in some way, but we don't know anything about it. Strangely casual about his floor seeping blood, though. Yeah, right. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Knock, knock, knock. Nice hat, Kanika. Love it. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Oh. Not so loud, he's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Alright. Calm down. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Dr. Kelly, okay. I'm guessing Reese's mother? Also, I guess Kara, if, you know, she's a doctor and he's sick. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Taran would get along super well too. Hi, I'm Taran, Vivian's kid. Stella, if Reese is that sick, we shouldn't be dragging him along on adventures. Yeah, nothing strenuous here at all. Hi, I'm Taran, Vivian's kid. I know who you are. Everyone fucking knows who I am. Also, as an ex-librarian, I can confirm that lurking is one of the only things that breaks up a slow day. Yeah, fair enough. I guess if, like, there's only those other people hanging out in the library, you got nothing really better to do. You go stand near them and eavesdrop. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Reese's mum turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and you all can hang out for a bit. Okay, so our plan for tomorrow is building up quick. We're going to hang out with Reese and then we're going to go ghost hunt with Oscar. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Taran. That would be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No. Eggs are a little too much for him. Wow. Eggs are too much for him? That's sad. Eggs are great. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. I'm a little bit worried. Like, I'm sure Dr. Kelly is lovely and not this horrible villain. But it does give me vibes of those stories I've heard of, like, super overly protective parents who basically are causing their kids to be sick and are not helping. Still got to go to the diner for free food? Yeah, I do. We got our last food at the diner free because we complimented them. I think we did tip though in the end. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up, you know. They have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why, I never. The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Oh, Kanika's really, like, scared of Dr. Kelly. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. Yeah, I could tell. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers and when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Taran. Don't worry, I won't get offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Ooh. Oh yeah, Stella hates cars. Oh, I forgot we had to like convince her to get in the cop car with us at the end of the night to drive home. Yeah, she's literally got a car on her t-shirt. But it's a ghost car, so it's fine. No, I really don't think it's... I want to at least vaguely play this character as... I don't want to be a complete arsehole, and this line is an arsehole line. Alright, Stella, what is actually up with you in cars? Like, she'll tell us when she's ready. I don't think this is, like, the right time. Like, it feels pretty rude. But either way... Where should we go? Should we ride with Kanika or talk or walk with Stella? So part of me thinks go with Kanika because we don't know as much about the character yet. We've obviously had like almost a full episode just with Stella. Kanika's your pick? Yeah. I think it's good to get to know the other characters, I suppose. Although walking with Stella, that might be the moment when the car thing could come up. Or it could be something else. Who knows? But also, we could talk to Kanika about Stella. So if we actually want to know more about Stella, yeah. I'm drawn to the new character. Let's find out more about that. More about her. I'll ride with Kanika. See you at the mines. I wish I looked this cool when I drove. I'm like this. Look at her. Kanika is a careful driver, but her old van still bumps around on the mountain roads. Yeah, the last time you went in the woods with Stella didn't go so well. Agreed. Thanks for indulging us on that little diversion. Reese's mum can be a lot, but I'm glad we have solid plans for tomorrow. Stella and I haven't really seen much of him the past few years. This sort of isolation can't be good for his health, no matter what his mum says. Isolation not being good for your health? I can't imagine that. Oh, my dad is calling me. No. I said I'd ring him later because it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad. But let's not talk on stream now. Does Stella have a thing with cars? That's slightly less rude. So what's actually going on with Reese? I feel like since we're talking about Reese, that's probably a better thing to say. Have you ever thought about living somewhere else? Why do you still live here? This town's a dead end. Can you please drive me out of town like right now? Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Do you have any other theories besides what we talked about? Let's ask about Reese. So what's actually going on with Reese? Good question. I wish I knew. His mum's been saying he's sick. He's sick for years, but it's not like she's wrong about it. He's been a wreck for the few times I've met him. I've seen him even. I just find it a little weird that his mum hasn't brought in any outside doctors, at least not any I'm aware of. I mean, she's a doctor, but if your kid's been housebound for this many years, you'd think it was something you'd put a lot more effort into fixing. I don't know. I'm probably just projecting or something. Let her keep talking. Oh no, never mind. Can you drive me out of town, like right now? We could both just leave and go somewhere far away from here, where neither of us need to worry about ditchlings or cataclysmic events. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no way I'm crossing Tabitha like that. The fact that she brought you here is a big deal. She doesn't see people. She doesn't have guests. You being here has got to mean something to her. Or I'm a sacrifice to some elder god she's found in the mines. And if she found out I was the one who drove you out of town, which she would, There's no telling what might happen. The Scarlets still hold a lot of sway in this town, even if your cousin's all that's left of them. And hey, I don't think there's a lot to worry about yet. The ditchlings are just some weird animal, right? If we just stay out of the woods, I'm sure it will be fine. Famous last in words. I want to ask about. I'm gonna ask Kanika about Stella's thing, because if Stella's not ready, that's fine. I don't want to like fucking try and bring it out of her. But if Kanika will let me know, then I feel like that's. And I trust her not to like be gossipy about it, but just tell her something that she feels like I should know. Does Stella have a thing with cars? It took me some convincing to get her to ride back with the cops last night, even after everything that happened in the woods. She was very specific about you being around at sunset. Yeah, that's true. You thought it was because she knows there's something dangerous after dark. Well, yeah. I think that's probably a fair point. I feel like everyone knows it's not safe to be out at night. It feels like everyone in town knows there's something horrifically wrong, but they're just not talking about it. She brushed me off when I asked her about it last night too. I was wondering if there's more to it than like not liking them. Kanika. Wait, she actually got into a car last night? She must have been really freaked out. That's how her parents died. Car crash. She was in the car too, just some cuts and bruises, but she doesn't like cars and tries her best to stay away from them. I don't think she's ever going to actually leave this town. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured. Do you think the car accident... Okay, here's my conspiracy theory thought. The car accident was caused by Bigfoot or some other cryptid, and that is why she's so obsessed with tracking them down and proving they're real. Yeah. Is she doing all right? Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's some real trauma there, but also it's been years. It's just not fair though. Stella is such a sweetheart, and so were her folks. Breaks my heart. I don't think she's ever going to actually leave this town. Mate, when we run into Bigfoot later, you're going to be so happy we can talk to animals. Yes. Well, that's assuming that Bigfoot doesn't speak English anyway. Like, I mean, you don't know. You can't just assume that Bigfoot doesn't speak, English or French or Cherokee or any other language. I feel like that's a bit offensive. You're just assuming that Bigfoot is an animal. Ah, Mr. Foot, fancy seeing you here, Mr. Foot. Have you thought about living somewhere else? Why'd you still live here? This town's a dead end. I really don't want to badmouth the town to these people. Like, if they badmouth it first, that's fine. I'll join in. But however shitty it is, I don't think it's for me as an outsider to come in and be like, wow, shit's fucked up, yo. Even though it is fucked up, yo. Have you ever thought about living somewhere else? Yeah, this wasn't the plan, and it still isn't. I was actually a couple of years into vet school. Top of my class might have had when my dad died. Fucking hell, Is everyone's parents in this town dead? I mean, we did know this. We did know that her dad was dead, but, Reese's mum is still alive. Oscar is someone's dad. There's a grandparent. But other than that, my mum wasn't up for running the store, and my brother, well, you'll meet Miles if you haven't already. I haven't met Miles, I don't think. I only wanted to take a semester off, help them get back to their feet, but it's been a year and change now. It's not just about my family too. The general store, that's the general store. If it winds up going under, it's hard not to imagine the whole town collapsing with it. Yeah, I understand that. Maybe I'll get back next semester. I'd say welcome to the Dead Dads Club, but I don't actually know if my dad is dead. You'd be a great vet. Chase your dreams. I'm sure they'll be okay without you. You shouldn't wait on other people's mission to live your life. Good advice. Helping your family like this is admirable. Maybe you should stay here. Do you really think you're going to go back after you finish school? You'd be a great vet. Like there's some sort of town culling. Yeah, like... What? I wonder if it's just people leaving. Like, there's one bus, and it arrives and leaves at one specific time on a Monday. Like, if you don't get it then you don't get the bus. There's Stella's parents died in a car accident. Perhaps they were trying to leave. There's this whole like angriness about our mum who left, who managed to escape. Like, there could be something along those lines. You know? I mean, I feel like this town is also just a really fucking dangerous place to live in. Let's talk about our dad. I'd say welcome to the Dead Dads Club, but I don't actually know if my dad is dead. You're funny. You'd be a great vet. I've seen how you are with Gretchen. Oh shucks, I was really into biology during undergrad, and growing up around Stella and her mum gave me a special kind of love for animals. Do you have any other theories besides what we talked about at the library? I don't know. I don't think there's enough information yet to support any strong conclusions. Though I've been wondering if what you two saw was maybe some sort of mutated animal? Like a strain of hairless monkeys or raccoons or something? Nah, Kanika, sweetie, no. Honey, no. Do you know about Morgan Island? It's off the coast of South Carolina, and there's a whole population of rhesus monkeys infected with herpes. Like 4,000 of them. Jesus. That's a lot of herpetic monkeys. Let's stay away from Morgan Island. Maybe the ditchlings are some kind of alopecia research monkeys. Which sounds ridiculous now I've said it out loud. Forget I said anything. Those things were not monkeys. I saw them with my own eyes and they were way too messed up to be anything like monkeys. I mean, that doesn't rule out lab monkeys, right? Could be whatever made them hairless also caused weird swellings or altered their proportions. But like I said, we don't have anywhere near enough information. Remain silent. You and Kanika sit in comfortable silence for the last few minutes of the ride. Oh, that's nice. Here we are. Mine time. I find the architecture of mines in America quite interesting because they're obviously quite a lot different to what we in Cornwall, because of our mining past heritage, think of. Because this is obviously a mine that's still working to this day. So even though if it's not super modern, because the town's quite run down, it's still more modern than we think. South Crofty is the most kind of modern you imagine with mines, and it still has this big tall tower and wheel and things I've never really seen in American images of mines. They're like this kind of thing. We arrive minutes before Stella. Stella's probably going to be another couple of minutes. Punt. Hey y'all, how was the ride? Oof, I'm going to put Gretchen down for a sec. It's good to see both of y'all again. Did you run here? Yep, I felt like getting a run in. I didn't want to keep you all waiting. My poor Stella was scared out of her mind. You would have thought the very hounds of hell were at her heels, and all that running rattled my bones something awful. Why were you afraid? You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed, but we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we go talk to people. Guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. What does that mean? Don't know that phrase. Like, not welcome? Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. Yeah, like not welcome, I think. Has it been said that Taran and Stella look quite alike? I don't think so. I don't think anyone said that. I personally said that I look like Oscar when I have a beard, but... And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if one of us is snooping around down here. Okay, let's see. So we've got a decision to make. If Stella's on lookout duty, the only one of us is going in. What's the third person doing? I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about. I've got this. I'm not interested in sneaking around. I'm going to go find my cousin. Talk to people scares me. You should do it, Kanika. I get the impression that talking to people also scares Kanika. I think she's a little bit socially anxious from our past interactions. Our first meeting with her. Talking to people scares me too. You should suck it up, Kanika. Yeah, let's ask this. If Stella's on lookout duty and one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, what? Do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van I don't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. Oh, sick. Well, it's me going in, I think. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. We've said before, this ain't a coward stream. Here's those earbuds I mentioned earlier. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if she's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I've missed this too. Part ways and start the call. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. Yeah, that's what I do. Something. Yeah, let's be honest. Alright, cool. Nothing to do but enter the worksite. Just want to save. Let's go. Got half an hour left. I don't know how much. We've taken our time a bit, so there might be good chunk of the game left, so we'll see. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. I'm in. Approach the nearest group of miners. Go straight to the main office and find your cousin. I'm in. Alright, Morpheus, good to know. I guess we should say, we shouldn't just wander in. Probably just say, let's talk to the nearest group of miners. This looks a bit like Duke. I wonder if this is Bo. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and a long-haired older man. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. Well, that's Davis, and that's Zax, I think. So, yeah, this must be Harrison. You got a reason to be bothering us? Now this could be tricky. So, hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Seen anything weird lately? Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? So, what do you think of Tabitha? That's a little suspicious. You all should get out of town. Okay, never mind. I'm not saying any of those. Hey, so it would be polite to introduce ourselves, but then mentioning Tabitha, who owns the mine, like, if they don't know, I guess they probably know who I am already. Everyone else has so far. But like, you know, you might get more out of them if they don't think you might tell Tabitha about stuff. But just seen anything weird lately is also a bit... Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, but they might just... Like, I obviously want to know, but they might just close up. Like, they have no reason to tell me anything, you know? But then I guess their reaction could tell us a lot. Yeah, fine. Let's just go straight in. Know anything about a guy named Wayne? Oh, they're all looking at each other. Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Missed that dude. Doesn't sound like a man who's sick. Sounds like a man who's dead to me. So, if I say nothing... This is one thing I'm a little bit, like, unsure about. Like, if I say nothing, will they carry on? I think I want to say they're using past tense. I don't want to just come out and say he accosted me last night because they seem to think something has happened to him. Let's say what happened to him. The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glance at one another. Isn't that the guy you all said was, He's gone. That's all that matters. I don't know if I want to pressure them. But then, you know... let's just do it. Press him. What happened to him? They seem like they're vaguely forthcoming with this stuff, despite the fact that I'm some random that's turned up and started talking to them. What are you, some sort of cop? No, I'd have to tell you if I'm a cop. Just tell me what happened. Like, I don't know, like, this seems... Yeah, I'm a cop and I'm looking into whatever happened to Wayne is, like, not the answer to... Like, they're obviously wary. I'm Tabitha's cousin. Just tell me what happened. Fuck off. Hey, Zax, come on, man. No, I've been here decades longer than you, and I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyways. Sorry. See, this is the thing. Yeah, no good options. I feel like they weren't going to tell us anything no matter what. I feel like maybe there are perks that would have got us somewhere, but not any of the ones that we have. We're good at talking to animals, not people. Because, like, tell them I'm Tabitha's cousin, and they're just going to be like, that's the fucking boss. Like, we're not telling you anything about that. Like... You're going to, like, grass us to the boss and get us fired or something else horrible. They obviously, like, tell them that you're a cop. Like, they're not going to tell you stuff. You tell them you're a cop. Okay. guess we could talk to another group. Like, I feel like Tabitha might be annoyed if we just go straight to... Let's talk to another group. Oh. We head over to another group. You stop in your tracks, a shiver running up your spine as the unfortunately familiar voice calls out to you. Oh, God. Wayne? You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous. Hi, Wayne. Hi. I don't know how well you can see. You can just see his face. Like... And one side there is the like viscera. It's all down his top, but on the side of his head here as well. And the eye like is wider, or is perhaps a hole in the head. It's certainly wider like space than this. You shouldn't be up here, it's dangerous. I'm not gonna run. We said this is not a coward stream. Do you need help? Do you need help? It looks like you're hurt. Protect yourself before worrying over others, Taran. Alright, alright. Stay home, wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. We don't know who our dad is. He just seems overly protective for some random. And I just realised we don't know who our dad is or whether they're alive or dead. Could be. Could be. Yeah, I mean, they seem like they're trying to warn me rather than hurt me. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Taran, are you still there? We've been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week. I wonder why. I mean, I would if I could, but you keep making me go out, game. This just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. He told me to stay on the estate for the rest of the week, that I'd be safe there. Why would he tell me that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right? The plot thickens. This just means we're on the right track. I'm not going to back down. Wayne trying to make me leave just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Taran, we've got your back. Let's go talk to more miners. Hey there, can we help you with something? Rodriguez. Can't quite see their names. I kind of want to ask a less specific question, because we also do want to know about the ditchlings and whether there's anything related to the mine with them. Whether that's like a separate thing. Like what? Weird animal sightings, odd noises in the woods, people getting sick, knocking in the mines. Knocking in the mines? I do want to ask that. Oh, I'm going to do it. I can't not, right? Have you heard any knocking in the mines? Knocking? Not that I've heard. Can't hear shit down there with the machines and men working. Oh, this is Isaac's. My dad used to work these mines before they brought in the continuous miner, the big machine that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone was pounding on the walls. No offense, Isaacs, but your daddy had a few screws loose. Rodriguez, he was a fine man. How about weird animal sightings? Don't tend to go on many hikes, not exactly the nature-seeing type. After a full day of work, all I see is my bed, maybe a few beers in between. How about odd noises in the woods? I heard something a few nights ago. See, these guys seem kind of... Well, he certainly seemed more chipper. Isaac's here doesn't seem so up, so bright about all this. I heard something a few nights ago, like nothing I've ever heard, some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaacs, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. I've already taken a sick day this year. A sick day this year. Can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Yikes. Come on, Tabby. You need to cut these guys more of a slack. Tabitha. Yeah, Kanika, right? Can't be that bad here, right? People getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. Anything else? Well... Do you guys know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? That's an interesting question to ask, given the context that the last group of miners said he's gone. Like, used past tense a lot. This guy knows. This guy's willing to talk to us about things. Okay, we'll keep an eye on Isaacs. Oh, I'm just going to come clean. He's been following me. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. Uh-huh. Now, hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? The name on his jacket, just like yours. That's what the folks at the general store have been calling him. Name on his jacket. Wayne. Just like yours says Smith. So do all of our jackets, but if I switch with Isaac's, that don't make me Isaac's. No, it's got to be him. There's no way he's dead. You really think he's running around town, creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and co-workers? Seems more likely that someone took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes. The miners stand in silence for a moment, considering what they've just heard. That's not possible. That's ridiculous. This is messed up. But who would do something like that? I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend? His girlfriend? Yikes, do you think... No way. Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her charms. This is intriguing. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift. Dang, who are they talking about? I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Why can't I ask? Why can't I ask who they're talking about? That's frustrating. That's so frustrating. Girlfriend? Dr. Kelly is who I thought immediately. Yeah. Especially with talking about him getting sick. And obviously with Reese being sick. Like that would be my first thought. I don't think Tabitha, because I don't think she likes men. Since her and Stella have a history. Sure, let's ask about Tabitha, I guess. Now, why would you go and ask a question like that? Are you trying to insinuate something? Horrible woman. Unwieldy Parasol, thank you so much for the follow. Now, fellas, let's not go besmirching the fine, gentle lady. If Smith is right, she's got a lot to answer for. Alright, fellas, I think we better call it and get back to work before any of us say something we regret. You're probably right. Maybe you're right. I mean, that last sentence there, if Smith is right, maybe she has a lot to answer for. That kind of does imply that Tabitha and Wayne. Wait, well, we got to go talk to Tabitha now. Should we check in? Just a heads up, the only group I still see out there are pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a heads up if Tabitha comes out. I think I want to talk to Tabby. After that, we got to talk to her. I'm going to find Tabitha. I need to talk to her about this stuff. Good luck. I've got my eyes peeled. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh no. That's not a good sign. You make your way to the trailer in the middle of the camp. Yeah. I don't want them to listen. I don't think that's... I'm not going to spy. I'm going to help my friends spy on Tabby. I feel that's not good. Yeah. I'm going to tell them I'm going to hang up. Just got an achievement. I want to talk to your manager. Wow, this is an interesting room. Monk says, I'm the boss. There's load of fly traps, absolutely covered in bugs. That's a good sign. There's a cute little cat, October calendar. Banned. Oh wow. There's Stella, banned posters. There's some people hanging up, maybe previous mine managers. Dead plant. Smashed crystal ball or snow globe or something. You enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. What are you doing here? I can just leave if you want. Who is Wayne? He keeps following me. I need you to take what's going on seriously. I need you to take me seriously. Someone's been following me. I just wanted to spend some time with you. No, I don't think she'll respond to that. I think she'll respond to us just, I don't know, being real. I don't like how we left things this morning. Stella and Kanika wanted me to snoop around the mines. I'm not going to throw them in like that. I can just leave if you want. I kind of feel like that's a good option to take. Either that or I need you to take what's going on seriously. I need you to take me seriously. Yeah, I can just leave if you want. No, you're already here. Might as well tell me what's so important. I need you to take what's going on seriously. I need you to take me seriously. And what, pray tell, do you think is going on that I'm not taking seriously? What monster of the week has Stella convinced you is prowling the woods? Wayne. That's a slightly suspicious little eye roll there from you, Tabby. There's some guy named Wayne who's been following me around town. There's something seriously wrong with him. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but I could use your help. Apparently he used to work here. Tabitha sighs. I don't know who you think has been following you, but it's not him. If you're going around asking questions about Sam Wayne, you're probably going to hear some rumours. Sam was friendly with me. Well done, you called it. He even came round to the estate a few times, and a lot of the workers here just can't seem to get over it. He disappeared, and quite a lot of people seem to be insinuating I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he's alive. Whatever, it's fine. I know it's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing, but I digress. If someone's following you, you should just stay at the estate, where it's safe. That's what he said. Yeah, funny, he told me the same thing a minute ago. If it isn't Wayne who's been following me, who is it? He's wearing the man's jacket. It's... I don't know if I should be flippant like that. I mean, that's true. Like, he said that. That's what I said. I don't know if the estate is safe. He was watching me from my room. I mean, that is also true, and... I don't know. I don't think she... The thing is, I don't think she'll respond well to this kind of comment from our previous interactions with Tabitha so far. So I kind of think... But, like, if you want to do this, like, you're the viewers. This is your chance to see the game. So, like... we can see what happens. I can play it again another time and pick all the choices I want. Go for the second one? Sure. I don't think the estate is safe. He was watching me from outside my room. Look at this boot... Oh, we got the picture. Yeah, of course, we can prove it. Look at this boot print I found in the garden facing my window. You showed Tabitha the photo you took earlier today. That's... Yeah, that's a little unsettling. Ooh. But I assure you the estate is well guarded against intruders. What does that mean? No, Tabby, you can't... What does that mean? You can't... What do you mean by that? Okay, we need to do some snooping. We need to do some snooping up at the estate. I won't let anything happen to you this week, I promise. Look, if it'll make you feel better, I can ask some of my men about him. I doubt much will come of it, though. Not many employees want to get caught tattling to their boss. Oh, we can talk about ditchlings. Let's not mention the mine collapse, I don't think. Like... I won't let anything happen because I need you for in one piece for the ritual on the weekend. Yeah. Yes. I mean, you know, some of these characters have got to be evil in some way, right? Okay. It's also possible that they all are not evil, but they all are possibly going to die. Let's talk about ditchlings. I don't want to leave it at that. Let's talk about ditchlings. There are monsters in the wood, Tabitha. I know it's hard to take this seriously, but we caught them on camera, and they're supposedly a portent of doom for the town. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I'm asking you to take me seriously. Look, I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming to this town, it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Coal is a tough industry, Taran, as I'm sure you know. The seams in these hills aren't exactly untapped either. This mine has been operating for almost 200 years. It'll run dry at some point, maybe even in my lifetime, but I'll do whatever I have to do if it means this place lasts just a little longer. Over 100 people work for me, and for each of those people, this is it. This is the best job they're ever going to get. I don't like doing layoffs. I don't like doing cuts. I don't like seeing my childhood home crumble around me. But every day I get up and do what needs to be done to save this town from ruin. Not that I believe anything when it comes to Stella and monsters, but who cares if you two saw a harbinger of doom? I see that every day. Alright, leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. That was a good bit of character there. I like that. Taran liked that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in. But if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I can swing back when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears and redial the group. Hey, is everything good? Tabitha was actually helpful, but I've still got some questions for her men. Tabitha was actually really helpful. Let's meet back up. This was a mistake. What a waste of time. I'm going to see if I can find some miners to talk to. What a waste of time. Regroup. I think she's hiding something. No, she was really helpful. I don't think that was a mistake. Meet back up? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Tabitha was actually really helpful. Let's meet back up. I mean, we could... There's actually no option here to hang out and wait, like she says. But I guess if you go talk to miners... I don't know. Let's meet back up. Really? That's incredibly surprising. No use sticking around here. Head back outside to continue your investigation. Head back outside to regroup with Stella and Kanika. No, I think that's... She was helpful. She was, actually quite good. I don't want to piss her off and chat with more miners. Let's go and regroup. Who is that? As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. I guess this might be Rosalina. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops in through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What's she doing here? Clearly she's doing a delinquency. She's probably fine. Kids will be kids, am I right? I'm going after her. We should call Oscar. What should we do? Interesting. Well, now I'm intrigued. We should call Oscar? Yeah, you want to call Oscar? I mean, we should. Sure. Call Oscar. Let's handle that after we catch up with her. Alright, Kanika, fine. Nah, mate, don't like this. Don't like this. You rush over the hill and get your bearings. The sound of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. She didn't. Guys, I don't mean to alarm you, but look in the top left corner of the screen. Look at this friend. Look at this friendly little ditchling. I'm sure that's not an omen of some coming catastrophe. Well, I don't have a long left on the stream. I don't know how. If I knew how long much there was left of the episode, I don't know. I could make a decision whether to leave you in massive suspense right now, or try and push through. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shore Mine? Oh no. Shore Mine. That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. 160 actually, Kanika. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one that dragged me into an abandoned coal mine. Have teens always been like this? I feel like I really missed out on my risk-taking years. I mean, yeah, that's a mood. I guess we should go after her, right? Maybe we should just wait outside. I never did anything like this. Yeah, I would never. I don't like this. Okay, maybe I've poked my head in there a few times. Well, let's get in there before someone gets hurt. But someone's gonna get hurt if we go in. This is gonna be like the horrible choice moment where someone dies. Stella keeps looking up over there. Well, you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Taran and I can handle this on my own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there, even if it means I have to go underground. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Is this the choice? Now that's got me worrying now. Like, is this every time there's like a choice like this? Because the last one was someone died because of that choice, and like someone could die because of this choice. But you're saying call her, so yeah, I mean you should. You should definitely call her. What is it? I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into Shoremine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? I don't think that's going to happen, Tabitha. God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Oh, I will happily wait. I do not want to... I can't... Now they've gone in, I can't, leave them. No need to get snarky. I'll wait. No, I think this first option is true. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, my mind's made up. We're going in, we have to go in. I've said this. This is not a coward stream. But part of me, I don't know. I wish I knew how long this section was. We can just have a little peek, can't we? Is it too mean to make everyone wait till Friday? Is it too mean? Is it too mean? I think I don't want to go part the way through and then stop. I think this is a good place to stop. And I do need to call my dad and wish him a happy birthday. So we are going to stop here. And you'll just have to come back on Friday to find out what happens in the mine. God, well, I mean, if this means I don't have to see someone die in a mine, I'm okay with that. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, main menu. This game is so good. I'm in love with it. If you have enjoyed watching me play this game so far, then even if you've obviously seen some of the game, it is branching, so I still recommend maybe getting it. There's still going to be several more episodes to come. It probably won't be finished for another year or two, but I recommend, at least for the benefit of the game makers, if you like this is, go and wish list it on Steam, or give it a follow on the Steam page and all that kind of stuff, because that will actually really help it get out to other people. And I think I want to support games like this because it's doing a lot of things that I really, really love. It's a small team. The art is incredible so far. The writing has been A+. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And yeah, I think giving the Black Tabby Games, who are the game makers, it's literally the main crew is 2 people, plus the contracted out stuff for music and things like that. But all the art and all the writing and programming is done by these 2 people. So yeah, any support you give them incredible. Even if you don't end up buying it because you've already seen me play through it, at least you can support it in that way. Share it around, tell people about it. Please do come back on Friday. I was gonna be like, oh well, Friday we'll do another like walking and singing and storytelling stream, but fuck that. No, we've got to finish this. Maybe afterwards. We'll play this on Friday again, same time, same place, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, whatever it is you're getting up to. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun, and God, I'm so excited for more. Have a great rest of your day. See you around, my lovely loves. The Wellers. Nessa Termin. Du Guinness.